guys, and we are live. How are we all doing? Are we all having a great day? So, my name is Tina Willis, and this is my business page. So, welcome. Let me know where you are coming from. Let me know what you're up to, guys. I'm live on Facebook this time, so I haven't used my StreamYard. I thought this is just like off the spur of the moment type of thing. So I hope you're all having a great day. But yeah, let me know where you're coming from. As I get used to this again. But this is me, and it's all about you. So I thought I would pop on because I have been working on my podcast this morning, and I have been getting so many beautiful messages, so many lovely comments. Episode 6 is live now, and I wanted really to come on and talk about why I did what I did with this podcast, why I wrote this book, why I started this amazing online business journey 6.5 years ago, because it's probably one of the most important subjects on my podcast. And do you know what? Every subject is important, but I sort of really resonate with this because being a woman of 57 at the time, 6.5 years ago, I lost myself, guys. And at the time, I probably thought I was the only person who'd lost myself in that burnout, in that corporate rat race. I loved my job, and I climbed that corporate ladder. I did everything what was expected of me. But here's the thing, and please let me know where you're coming from. Just put a comment in the chat because it'd be lovely to know. The higher I climbed, the more I lost myself. The higher I climbed, I realised I was losing valuable time with my family, and I didn't recognise the woman I was. So when I hit burnout, when I had that breakdown, that mental and physical breakdown, I knew I had to change something. And a lot of you may have heard my story before, but I really wanted to just come on and tell you how I have progressed, how my life has changed, how this podcast is going to help you, how this online business is going to help you, and how this book is going to help you. And it's for those of you who really have felt as if they'd lost themselves, or really need to have that mindset kick up the backside, or really need to listen to somebody who's been there where you've been there before, all right, or where you might be going through it now. And it's for everybody who wants to listen, because the episode that's being released today is all about it's never too late to start again. And that's so true, because here's the thing: when I was 57, when I had that burnout and that breakdown, I did lose myself, and I thought I was too old to start anything again. I thought the age of 57 was it. That was it for me. What the hell was I going to do? All I'd ever known was sales. All I'd ever done was climb the corporate rat race. All I'd ever done was be busy all the time, roller coaster. I was running on fumes, and I realised that I had lost so much of me. And when I found this business, when I found this amazing online business that I have been blessed and grateful to be part of, I realised that I wasn't too old, and it was never too late to start again. And did I start with all guns blazing? No, because I came from a place of loss. I came from a place of fear and doubt and insecurity and worry. But I took action, because the cost of staying where I was versus the cost of trying something new was even more scarier, and some of you may relate to this. And I can see there's quite a few of you watching now, so please don't be afraid. Put yourself in the comments. Let me know who's watching. So I started this business, all right, and as I say, I started with fear, I started with doubt, but I started, and little by little, I started to win in so many ways. And it wasn't overnight. It wasn't boom, 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 there you go, Tina, you're successful. It was something that I grew. I made all mistakes under the sun. I cocked up loads of times. I didn't want to put myself out on social media. I didn't want to do go lives. I didn't want to be that person. I just wanted to stay in my little bubble. But because of the amazing, amazing support around me, and bear in mind, guys, back then it was 30,000 people within this community, and now it's 300,000. Because of that amazing support and belief that I was surrounded by, I started to actually believe in me. I started to believe in me as a human being, as a person who had emotions and feelings and thoughts. I started to believe, hi Etta, I started to believe that anything was possible for me in my life. And that was because of this business. And as I grew and I became more successful, I became more confident, and I realized that nobody else paid my bills, nobody else walked in my shoes, and if they didn't like what I was doing, let them. And once I started getting into that personal mindset of my own and growing with the support of this amazing community, I became a different person. I grew into a different identity. And I realised that everything I had, everything I could be, was inside of me already. I was just tapping into it bit by bit by bit, and it was chipping away at me bit by bit and getting down to the real Tina Willis. And because of that amazing journey, because of this amazing business, I became successful, not only with me and financially and the freedom I have and the life I quit in corporate life, but because I found out what I was truly capable of. All right. And as I say, hi Kamala, namaste to you. And that was my journey. Okay. And I really wanted to tell you that because I know that there's a lot of women I talk to globally through this business, through wanting more. I'm currently getting so many messages from my ads in the UK and Canada of people who want more, and they are fearful and they are doubtful and they are skeptical. And you know what? I get it, because I was. But it's what you think that creates your belief. So it's about saying that your thoughts become your beliefs become your goals, and your goals become action. And you know what? If you start feeling doubt, insecurity, and I'm not capable, that's what you're going to believe, because the brain doesn't know what's real and what's not. If you think you can or you can't, you're right on both counts. It's what you believe that you can do. And when you are surrounded by an amazing community like this, you begin to believe that you can do anything. And that's how my journey started. So 2 years ago, I started gathering notes, I started writing down thoughts, I started wanting to write a book. And I was petrified. And even though I had this confidence that had grown because I took action, I remember action first, confidence later, I started thinking, well, maybe it's possible. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't even tell my husband, and he was absolutely so gobsmacked. Nice to see you, Cal Sang. Hi, Shilpa. He was gobsmacked. What? You've done a book? And I only told him when I actually pressed publish, when I self-published it. And I collated all those thoughts, all those notes, all those things in my head and on paper and all the rest of it. And I actually ended up putting it together to this. This is me, but it's all about you. And it was a 30-day mindset book that has helped so many people, and I published it in February, and it's flying out of Amazon. I am so grateful, so grateful. So if you want it, I will put the link in the chat. But it's 30 days of things that I practice every single day, things that I look at every single day. I even read my own book every single day, because what I put down in writing was my thoughts about how it is me, but we all suffer from those same fears, those same doubts, those same insecurities. And that was the first start of realizing I was capable to do anything in life. And now what I do is I travel the world globally. I teach people on mindset within our community. I've written that book. I've just been on stage in Florida at our Gather and Grow of 600 people live there and 600 people virtually watching it. And I hope that I help one person, because if I help one person to live a good life, to live an exceptional life through their mindset, then I've done my job. Okay? But that's what I'm doing. So this year I've been to Ireland with the business. I have been to Florida with the business. I've travelled the Amalfi Coast with my sister on holiday. We're off to Portugal to another Gather and Grow. We're going to Amsterdam, and then we're going to New Zealand for another 2-week holiday with a Gather and Grow thrown in. And that's the possibility of what this business gives you. So the financial freedom is given as long as you plug in and run it like a business, but you have that support of a coach and mentor. But it gives you so much more than that. It gives you that personal growth. And now I've created this podcast to help people globally to realize that mindset is everything. What you think, you believe, what you believe, you become. Because the law of attraction doesn't give you what you want, guys. It gives you who you are. And when you start changing your mindset, when you start focusing, when you start believing in you, life changes. And I am living testimony for that. And many people who may be watching feel the same. Life changes with this business. Life changes with this book. Life changes with my podcast, as long as you're willing to listen and to learn and to grow with it. And that's why it's never too late to start again. I've had women reaching out to me in their 70s. I've had women reaching out to me in their 30s. And at the end of the day, we all get to a certain stage in our lives when we want so much more. We also, we also get tired of putting ourselves out there for everybody else and forgetting about one person here. This person, yourself. Because you are important. You are important. And the funny thing is, you can do all you can to make everybody else happy. But if you're not happy, it's not worth anything. When you're personally happy inside here, with peace and joy and happiness and harmony, then everybody around you is happy because you are emitting that energy. Hi, Toi. Good morning to you as well. So this is what I wanted to pop on today and say, and to make you hopefully realise that you're never too late to start again. But my podcast is live today. I will drop it in the chat here. It's live on YouTube, it's live on Spotify, it's live on Apple Podcasts, and I will be throwing a couple of clips here during the week to give you an idea of what it's about. But it's never too late to start again. So that's it from me, guys. I just wanted to give you that little boost today. And for anybody who's watching or anybody who's watching the replay, just believe in you. Believe in you. Learn, grow, and be inspired. And just to finish it off, we all watch motivational speakers, don't we? We love them. We watch Tony Robbins, we watch Matthew McConaughey, we watch Dean Graziosi, and they are amazing. But my final question to you is that you might love them, but how many of you immerse yourself in their teachings? How many of you are going to immerse yourself in the teachings that I give? Because if you don't immerse yourself, if you just watch it once and forget about it, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to work. When you immerse yourself in the teachings of people who've been in that step before you, that's when you learn and you grow. Hiya, Jen. How you doing, darling? That's when you learn and grow. So from me to you, much love. Never forget, this is me, but it's all about you. So I will be back soon. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for all your support, for everybody who's watching. And remember, if you want to learn more from me in any aspect of what I do, and especially in my online business, just click learn more, or put a message in the chat, or privately message me. I will be with you 100% of the way. So take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Much love. Mwah. Bye.